in the morning, well, the cows had killed 3 of them, laying up big old lambs.
Yeah.
Daddy had oats planted in that bottom field, so we just drove them down there and put them in that oat field and let them, the oats were up big, pretty big. We just left them there till they grazed that all off. And then we sold them, because we just couldn't keep them with all the dogs and the cows. And we paid our place payment. As long as we had those sheep, they made the payment. And then one year, we didn't have money to make the payment, but we had enough to pay the interest. And that, what is that old man's name?
Shannon?
No, we bought the place from.
Oh, I've forgotten.
He just let it ride, so we paid the interest. We just, so Daddy went to work at the co-op and for $200 a month. Worked there 7 years. And we got, raised the calves and done all the farming and everything, and we got started again. Did pretty good.
A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work. Then the Briggses decided they'd go to California.
The Spriggs.
Spriggses. Go to California for a year, and they wanted us to take their chicken houses on the hags. And that's when I got into trouble.
That was your first and last experience.
Chicken, oh man. Daddy was sick of bronchitis. He didn't get out of the house, only to go to the doctor for 7 weeks. He just, every winter, he would take bronchitis up there, getting out in the cold, feeding cows and stuff. So Bill and Patty was helping there, and Bill did the milking, and I was going to tend to the chickens. They'd come the office, cold spell.
And that was the year we came down from Washington, wasn't it?
That was right around.
Because I helped you one or two times on that. Yeah.
The water system was down in a spring in that little creek-like thing. And that water froze up around that pump. We had to take an axe and chop out a hole where we could set a 5-gallon can with a tow sack and diesel in there and set it on fire and thaw it out. And I had to do that every morning. Chop that ice out of there and set that on fire and thaw it out. I thought I could just, the pipes all froze up to the chicken houses and no water. And I thought I could just string hoses up there from up to one chicken house and then across over into the other one and drain them every night. Be all right. And the first night I tried it, they froze before I could drain them.
Man, how cold? You remember how cold it was?
I don't remember, but it was down close to 0 there for about 2 weeks. That's the coldest spell we had, I think. All the time we was up there. And the little old chickens chilled down. I thought they'd all die. I couldn't keep them up under the brooders. They're just crazy. I'd just taken the water bottles, jugs up, and turned the automatic waters on, and they'd go out around them trolleys and just chill down. And we went up to Decatur and got some of that corrugated board about 1 foot high, and it's put around the brooders. Put it around all the brooders, and I took the lids off the box. Chickens come in, and I'd fill it up with them little old chickens and dump them on the brooder, and every one of them lived. Didn't lose one of them things. And I thought after they chilled down, they'd all die, but they didn't. So I had to put my water jugs back down and fill them with that water we had to let that water run all the time. After I got it started all day, it freeze up. I'd fill up them jugs, and then at night I'd have to roll all of that hose up and put it on the brooder. Next morning, straight that all out. I'm telling you, that's the biggest job I ever got into. And it stayed that way for 2 weeks.
That's about the first winter we were up there. We hadn't been
Well, I didn't know where, the winter we came down for Christmas from Washington,
No, that was, that was warm
Yeah,
time, because the
73.
kids played up on that hill all the time,
Yeah.
this warm.
No, we'd already moved.
we'd already moved
Yeah.
down there, okay.
Yeah, because that winter, it was, when y'all came down,
I
it was
kind
such a
of
warm.
think that was, I started to say I thought it might have been the winter I was working at Baldwin,
It might be, I don't know.
but might have been before you went into the hospital.
I think Patty was working.
I kind of think Patty and I both were working at Baldwin, and I think it was before you had gotten sick and went into the
And
hospital.
Bill had do all the feeding and the milking.
Might have been the winter of 61.
Well, it was long about there, because it was, you know, it was several years after we went out there.
Yeah, well, we moved there in 60.
But we made some money on those chickens.
That's a miracle.
I think we raised 3 bunches that year, or 4. Don't remember which, but we made money on them, but I didn't want any more.
Didn't want them again.
That was before they ever insulated the houses or anything. They had them old cracks up at the top, and the cold had come in.
Yeah.
Whew.
Well, you really had some experiences.
I rode a tractor many a day.
Yeah.
Plowed, disc, mowed, raked, and done everything else.
Milk cow.
Milk cows. We got up to where we had 85 boys. And I milked them by myself a lot. That is Patty did help me. Bill and Daddy had to do the farming. And Patty was helping me milk, and she's allergic to something in that feed. And me and Daddy had gone to get some peaches. And Stanley, when he was little. And, no, Kevin. Stanley was asleep, and we didn't take him. And Patty went to the milk barn to wash the tank. And they had just unloaded a load of bulk feed in there, and that sifts through all over. And there was something in that feed that she was allergic to. Well, she broke out in big whelps all over, and she thought, well, she'd go to the house and draw some water and get in the bathtub, see if that would help it. That didn't help it, and her throat went swelling, and she couldn't breathe hardly. And she got Stanley up and sent him to get Bill, and he was at the dairy barn. And as we come back through town, I saw our pickup a block over going toward the hospital. I said, there goes our pickup. Something's wrong. It was milking time, but he wasn't milking. So we turned around and went down there, and he brought her into the hospital, and they give her a shot, and it eased it, stopped it, and he gave her some little old tablets to put under her tongue when she had a spell, and he told her to stay out of that, not to get in it. Well, she just hated not to help me some, so another time she went up there and helped me, and they'd unloaded another load of feed that day. And she began again. I kept telling her, I said, don't wait too long. Daddy was down at the other barn tending to the calves. I said, go down there and tell him. And go by and she didn't have them pills with her. He told her to carry them with her all the time. And she went by the house and got one, took it, and went on down where Daddy was. And it didn't ease her, stop it, so Daddy called the doctor, and he said, well, give her another one, and if that don't stop it, bring her right in. So he gave her another one, and that stopped it then, but he said, do not go around that barn anymore. So she couldn't help me milk. And I milked 85 cows by myself, put out the feed, and washed them off, and changed the milk and everything. A lot of times in the evening.
You weren't allergic to nothing, huh?
No, I wasn't allergic to anything till I come back down here.
Oh, my.
But long as we lived, I never was allergic. allergic to anything. I don't know why. And we come back here, allergies have run me crazy.
Huh.
But we got a chance to sell out up there, so we come back to Texas. Been here 20 years in the 23rd of May, I think. Been here 20 years.
You got many children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren to show for it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we'll stop it.
That one?
Stop. I wanted you to tell us about when you lived, where you did all that trapping when I was a baby.
well, we lived at Apperson's and we didn't get much wages, so I'd trap in the winter. Furs were a pretty good price back then. And
What'd you trap for? Just anything, or?
raccoons and ringtail, possum. I didn't like skunks. I'd just shoot them and leave them. But I'd have to ride a horse to go trapping. A lot of times I'd take you with me. And May too, I guess, had to take her. But I'd take the 22, and if I had an animal in it, well, I'd shoot it. Bring it in. I caught several fox too. And they're hard to catch. We'd kill birds. They like birds. And
Put them bait you trap.
we trap with birds, and we could catch a fox or a ringtail pretty easy with them. And I caught quite a lot of worms. Caught a bobcat one time, and I was afraid to try to shoot him, afraid I might wound him or miss him something, he'd get out of the trap. And I went and got Daddy to come kill it. And he killed it, and then set the trap back. It was around the fence. And then a big old cedar tree there, and I set that trap under it and caught a wild hog. It belonged to some Shriners, but they were wild. And so I went and got Daddy and he took a rope and roped the thing, and then he held it while I climbed up in the tree, and he choked the thing down, and he threw the rope up to me, and then I held it till he got the thing loose, and then turned it loose. We was afraid it might fight when it come to and turned him loose, but when he come to, he just jumped up and run off down the hill. We never did see him anymore.
I remember you talking about, was it armadillos?
Oh, when Joe was a baby is when me and him would go out. You could walk right up on an armadillo and catch him by the tail. And you got to hold them right up close to the body, or they'll twist out of your hand. And catch them things, and I'd turn them over on their back and take a rock and hit them between their front legs and kill them. I'd kill them easy. And Daddy'd skin them things out, and there's a feller at Comfort paid 25 cents a piece for those armadillos. I don't know how many I caught, but Daddy'd just skin the hull off of them.
He'd make baskets out of them.
This old man made baskets out of them. We'd get quite a few of them together. There's somebody there, Medina, that bought them for him. And I don't know how many of them I caught, but 25 cents is quite a bit of money. And then Daddy would kill rattlesnakes. There's an old man that place we lived on used to belong to Hanson Ring. He got old in San Antonio. Well, he thought that rattlesnake oil would cure arthritis, and he used that all the time. And Daddy would kill these snakes. There's worlds of them there on that place. And he'd split them open, and they had fat on the inside. Just in, like all animals, they have fat on the inside of them. He'd get quite a bit out of them, and he'd pay us $12 a bottle, must have been about 3 ounces.
Well, did you have to
I
render it?
rendered it out and strained it so there wouldn't be anything in it. And he'd take all of that rattlesnake oil we'd get. Daddy killed one huge rattlesnake. It was over 6 feet long and great big. And he skinned that thing and stuck the hide full of cotton and took it to tan.
Oh.
It was a huge rattlesnake. And it got enough of that fat out of it to make a lot of oil.
Yes.
That's a gold mine, huh?
Yeah. Ooh, that stuff smelled terrible when we rendered it out. I just couldn't understand the smell of it.
Well, where did we live when our dog got bit?
We lived at Hamptons when a rattlesnake bit him. On the Epperson place, there's more rattlesnakes than any place I ever saw. Daddy cut off the tails like one of those big Casey bacon
I
cans.
can remember those.
We had that can full of rattles.
Yeah, I remember that.
That big old one he killed there on the Hanson race at Medina had 18 rattles and they were broke off. And they were just as big where they broke off as they were where they joined over his body. You know, they go to tapering, so no telling how many he'd had. Him and his daddy was over there. They was working stock, goats. And that thing rattled and the horse jumped. And Daddy saw it. And they killed that thing with rocks. They didn't have any gun with it. Brought that thing in. Oh, that's the biggest snake I ever saw. It was huge. It was up there on a kind of a bluff. I imagine they had a den there on that bluff somewhere. But out at Epperson's, every time Daddy went out in the pasture, he'd kill rattlesnake. And coming in after dark, they'd rattle along the road, and the horses, horses are afraid of them things.
Yeah.
But he killed more rattlesnakes, and I just knew one of you kids was going to get bit. That dog, found lots of rattlesnakes. And he'd go to barking, and I could tell from the way he barked that he had a rattlesnake. We even killed them under the edge of the house and all around the house, but he'd find them. And we had some guineas, and they was laying off up on the side of the hill there. You kids had been up there that evening messing around and even went to the guinea's nest thing, but you didn't get the eggs, so I went up there to get the eggs, and there lay that big rattlesnake caught up in that nest.
Ooh.
And I got the gun and shot him out, killed a minion one, and they'll stick their tail right up in front of their head. You'll shoot the rattles off every time.
Huh.
Trying to shoot
You must have been a good shot.
I was then, but
Couldn't waste them bullets, could you,
no.
Granddad?
What kind of gun did you use? 22?
Just a single shot of 22. I killed a minion with it. Squirrels. I even killed a bunch of squirrels after we went to Arkansas. We used to eat them.
Yeah. Well, where was it? Did we live in a house with a screened-in porch around it? I can remember. Did we have a pet squirrel?
Yes. That is over on the Johnson
Did it
place.
have a screen porch?
Had a screen in
I
the
can-
porch. And it bit me, and that's when Daddy killed it.
Oh.
We had some pecans in on that screen porch, and he got a hole in that screen somewhere and got to coming in there and getting those pecans, and I don't know how come it to bite me, whether she was fooling with it or what, but it bit her, and Daddy killed it. And but that's where we had the screen in the porch.
Well, is that where Joe killed the turkey?
No, in
No.
Epperson's place
I don't know.
where he killed the wild turkeys.
It seemed like I could connect that screen porch
With
the turkeys.
no, that's when we moved them over the 4 miles further over. Him and the Benton boy, there's over robins used to be thick there, and they'd line up on the water trough as thick as they could, drinking out of the water trough. And he shot down there, I forgot how many, a dozen or more of them things he killed in one shot. They're just all lined up together, and he shot them.
With 22?
22.
Oh, we don't.
They're gonna have to cook them a robin pie. I don't
Oh.
know. They cooked them, but I don't know whether they ever ate them or not. They taste just like cedar berries.
Yeah,
That's
eat
what
all
they
of
do.
them. But that's where he killed the turkey.
And the turkeys would their meat would taste like cedar berries.
I can remember venison tasting like cedar berries.
Daddy, there was lots of wild turkey there, and he'd carry a little 25-pound flour sack on the saddle, and he'd kill an old hen and cut the breast off and throw the rest of it away and bring it in, and we'd have fried turkey breast. He did that a lot. And I killed one deer while we were there.
One deer.
One deer's the only one I ever shot at. Joe kept coming in from school through the pasture there and kept telling us there's a big deer up there every year. And they'd cut the cedar off. And he was eating cedar berries, I guess, off the tree. We was down in the bottom that they cut wood, and Joe come in from school. He says, that deer's up there again. And Daddy told me, he said, go get the gun and go up there and see if you can kill it. So we got up there and we slipped and slipped and slipped along where Joe said it was, and wasn't no deer there. So we just got up and went walking on down that way, and I saw the thing. But he was turned with back in right toward me, and I said, how am I going to ever shoot that deer and kill it? And about that time, it just turned right around, and I shot the thing and broke its neck. It never moved.
Oh, they darn.
So Daddy and you kids is down there, and he said, well, let's take the horse and go get it. She's killed it. He could tell from the sound of the shot. Got up there, I'm telling you,